Islamic militants from Syria's civil war now threaten to destabilize eastern Lebanon. Lebanon's army has been battling militants in Arsal and Tripoli for several days now, suffering heavy casualties. And now Syria's army stepping up its operation against the rebels near the border. CCTV's Ala Ibrahim has this exclusive report.
A fight that spares no one and no weapons. Fighting between the Syrian army and Islamist rebel factions in the Qalamoun area goes on, after many thought the violence had ended as government troops took control of all major cities nearby. This time, the battles are raging in the mountainous border region, separating Lebanon from Syria. This is the last checkpoint for the Syrian army in this area of southern Syria. The Syrian army has fortified its positions here in this line that separates between rebel-held areas or insurgents-held areas and government-held areas in preparation for an imminent attack to regain what's left of this area out of the Syrian government's control. These pictures from earlier this week shows the aftermath of a successful ambush by the Syrian army against fighters of al-Nusra Front, an al-Qaeda offshoot and the main armed opposition group operating in the area. This ambush, along with many others, is part of a bold strategy used by the Syrian military and its Hezbollah allies in this challenging terrain.
Our mission's objective is to neutralize terrorist groups gathering in the Qalamoun Mountains. The terrain prevents us from utilizing our firepower, so we have to switch to infantry-based tactics.
But the fight took a sudden turn when insurgents took control of the Lebanese town of Arsal, killing and detaining Lebanese army and police personnel stationed there. The siege has dictated changes to the rules of engagement on both sides of the border.
The gunmen often used to flee into Lebanon, where we couldn't chase them. Now they are causing harm in Lebanon. We hope we will get more help to end the terrorist presence in this area completely. If we attack them from both sides of the border, they will have nowhere to go.
Regaining the Lebanese town, that has long been a stronghold for the Syrian opposition, is the tip of the iceberg in a region that seems to be sitting on a powder keg.
Tension in Lebanon is the latest reminder after Iraq that the Syrian war isn't confined to Syria. Coordinating with the Syrian government is a requirement for other governments seeking to escape these effects.
In these rugged lands where the border is often porous, what is clear is that soldiers seem confident about one thing: their desire to win this battle and move on. Ala Ibrahim, CCTV, on the border between Syria and Lebanon.